Yesterday, I was on YouTube just scrolling through, watching my videos, minding my own business. Casey Neistat and Twitter had to remind me of a terrible thing that I saw, and it was the first time I've ever seen or heard about some new development with AI and truly was just upset with where our world is going. It was like, I am usually a pretty optimistic guy. Like, I'm pretty optimistic about the future. I'm like, hey, listen, we're going good places. We have a lot of good things going for us. I'm not like those naysayers who think the world is heading to crap and, you know, the doom and gloom Fox News people. Not like that usually. But for the first time in my life, I felt like a boomer. Want to know why? I'll tell you. Actually, before I tell you why, I want to tell you what specific feeling I'm feeling, and maybe you can explain it to me. You know that feeling when you're trying to explain to your parents how to log into the Wi-Fi, and you're like, Mom, Dad, just go to where it says Wi-Fi, click on the button, and then type in the password that I have said out loud multiple times, Pennywise372, one of those Spectrum Wi-Fi passwords. They're just like, I don't get it. And you're like, why don't you get it? It's just logging into the Wi-Fi. It's not that hard. And they're just like, listen, son, well, by the time you're my age, you kind of don't want to learn anything new. You know, it's kind of like that mentality of like, I am done learning the new technology. Even however intuitive it might seem, I'm done with it. I don't want to learn anymore. I'm just going to let you deal with it for me. That is how I feel. That is how I feel. It was the first time I was like, you know what? I think I'm good with not ever touching social media ever again. I think I'm good with never trying to create a video ever again. That's actually not true. I do want to still continue to create videos, but it's depressing and sad for me because I heard about Sora AI, the new app, the new TikTok-style app that ChatGPT, OpenAI came out with, and it genuinely had me wondering, like, why would you do this? Why would you ever create something? I want to be in that board meeting when people were like, I have an idea. Let's make it to where anyone can make any video ever with their face on it. And let's just ruin this whole social media thing. You know that social media thing we have where we're like making fun videos and stuff? Let's just ruin it. Let's just make it terrible. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I feel like we have officially crossed into the era of like, content creation is so commoditized that there's just going to be, I don't want to be like one of the guys, like you could probably watch any other video and they'll say that like, oh, we're in the era of like slop is everywhere. But I think there's a bigger problem. The bigger problem is, one, if you actually think it's cool or entertaining or interesting, I don't understand where you actually think creative, if you're even creative as a human being. But I start to wonder, like, what is the point of all this? Like, maybe I just have such a purist perspective on all of this, but it's like, you know, when football players just be like, I love the game, man. I love the game. Really, anyone who loves anything loves the game of it. The reason they do it is because they love the process of doing it. They love the process of playing football, of training, of practicing, whatever. They love the process of learning to go on stage and act and become someone else. They love the process of, I don't know, biomolecular and chemical engineering. They just like love the act of it. They don't love the output as much as they love the act. At least that's what most like genuinely like the best of the best, some of like the best. Why do you think people are just hobbyist guitar players? Why do you think people love just like going and doing things as a hobby? It's because they just love the act of doing the thing. They don't need to become a rock star. Maybe they hope one day that would be fun, but I think most of the time they're happy with just performing at a Chili's in the corner with a solo guitar, a light golf clap from their audience as they sing "Don't Stop Believin'." Okay, that's what people love. And so when it comes to content, I'm like, I love freaking coming up with an idea. That's like not even the most fun part. It is fun, like sitting around and talking with your friends. Oh my gosh, I love, what if we did this? Or what if we tried that? What if that? But the fun part is actually freaking doing it. It's actually making the video. Oh my gosh, it's making the video. It's, for some people, putting it together, editing it. For some people, it's then creating the packaging around it. And then for some people, it's even posting it. And you know what? Even, let's go back 20 years to whenever I first posted a video on Facebook. Facebook and MySpace. The act of it was just making it without any hopes that anyone would see it. You just make it because you want to send it to your friend. And you know your friend will think it's funny. You want to send it to your parents and your in-laws or your cousins or whoever you think you know in your email chain because you know it's going to be funny. And you just want to make your friends laugh. And it's the process of making the videos that I love. And I think that's kind of like in my brain of, if you're not doing the full process, what are you even doing? You're cheating. You're practically cheating. You shouldn't be able to have an idea and then not have to learn how to enact your idea. That's just kind of my thought. I'm starting to realize that with AI. It's like AI literally makes you dumber if you aren't intentional. Like, I literally tried to write an email and it was hard, but I chose to, like, I'm going to write this email because I know it's important. I need to be able to write an email to people, write in a way that's interesting, professional. Like, that's a skill you need to have. You should be able to do that. And at this point with AI, I just use it. I just don't want to use the mental energy to do it. So I just let AI do it. But I'm like, you know what? You still need to be able to do it. And I'm realizing whenever I use AI, I stop. Like the act of writing on pen and paper, I'm like, whoa, what? I should probably run this through ChatGPT first. That's insane. And so I can only imagine it's going to get like even worse with like making video. You're just going to be like, well, let me just put it into Sora AI or Netflix AI or Schlingbong AI or something, whatever. And you're going to be able to pump out whatever video you might want ever. That is so dystopian, stupid, and crazy awful. And it makes you realize, like, the gold rush is over. Like, the gold rush of content creation, of becoming a creator, like becoming a super power creator, like the iShowSpeeds, the Mr. Beasts, the so-and-sos of the world. I just frankly think in order to become that, you now either A, have to do even crazier stuff. You're going to have to utilize AI to make all these things. You're going to have to be able to compete with the speed at which people can just type. Because you can just, now instead of spending a day making one short, you can crank out 30 shorts in a day just because you wrote up a few prompts and you're okay with the slop and crazy, awful level of excellence that is there in order to post. And I know I'm like the rantings of a crazy person right now. I'm feeling it. It's like aliens. Look at, like, I feel crazy and I feel like a boomer for talking like this. It's just heartbreaking is what it is. It's heartbreaking. Very frustrating because it's kind of something I kind of never thought would be taken. I think I just placed all my marbles on the fact that, like, becoming a creator is going to be a career opportunity forever now. And in media, in entertainment in general, it's just like it's all going away. Becoming a big name celebrity, it's all going away. Because you know why would you pay a big name celebrity for their person to act it out when you can just create an AI model who's literally perfect to act out the scene perfectly how you want it to? Man, that is just a dysfunctional, dystopian future that I am really not happy about living with in the future. Man, I'm really not. I am really bummed. And I don't think anyone is paying attention. Maybe they are. Maybe people like me are like noticing it and they're going to see the trend. They're like, oh my gosh, this is insane. But I think what frustrates me the most is this wasn't an accident. You know what I mean? Like, there are nerds slaving away at computers hoping to make billions off of this shift. Like, I don't think I ever have disliked someone more than some of these big tech billionaires who are pushing forward with AI. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard Sam Altman actually talk about the future or about what he hopes for the future, but it's terrible. It's terrible. He's like, maybe in the future we don't need dollars. We just need AI credits. And then you can just exchange AI credits with people. What? Are you joking? Oh my gosh, man. Now, I don't think this is the end of the world. I just think I think now we are officially closer to like a Blade Runner 2049 where it's like futuristic dystopian scenario where just like you can have an AI girlfriend and it's normal. There's going to be dudes who don't like real girls. There's going to be dudes who there's going to be a sect of people who just genuinely don't like, they're not romantically interested in real people. Wow, man. And having a son who's almost 2, like, you start to like play forward how the last 10 years, how much that has changed and how probably exponentially even more so change is going to be in the next 10, 15, 20 years. My son might realistically have an AI girlfriend. Like, that's actually horrifying to think about. And I'm over here talking about like, oh, I'm not going to let my kids have a cell phone. I'm not going to let my kids have an iPhone until they're, 18. Bro, we won't have iPhones when he's 18. We're going to have chips in our brain. Okay, that's like the most futuristic thing. But like, I'm serious. That's actually where we're headed. Like, I also saw really a lot of the interactivity and like the usability of the Meta glasses. I'm like, bro, I don't need a phone if I have Meta glasses. That's insane. You don't need a phone anymore. Which I'm not mad at. I don't like the idea that I'm just like constantly looking at this thing. Now, do I like the idea of like everyone being able to just like look at something on their face and no one will know? Now, I don't know about that. What's worse, like seeing a crowd of people like this or seeing a crowd of people like this? I don't know. I have no idea. But that's my rant. Hopefully my predictions don't come true. And yeah, I actually have been scheduling ahead a lot of videos for next year, and I'm just kind of realizing like I'm probably just gonna post this right now. But if you're interested in like these rantings, like you should definitely check out this channel and subscribe to it because I'm gonna be posting more stuff like this. Hopefully next year. I'm even considering doing some sort of big push to try and save myself from the AI futuristic influencer apocalypse that's coming. I've been trying to put a lot of thoughts together for that. But anyways, that's my ramblings as a creator, seeing what's happening with AI content creation nowadays. If you disagree, if you actually have an optimistic view of the future of this, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. Okay, thanks. Bye. I love you.